also welcome to our group presentation on behalf including Ashifur Rahman and Mr. Daudul Islam. We will presenting ideas and conduct discussion about decentralizing online education using blockchain technology. And you can ask question at the end of the presentation if you like to. Our presentation is divided into 6 parts and I will talk about first part which is abstract. So let's get into it. Blockchain technology provides a decentralized peer-to-peer infrastructure supporting openness, transparency, accountability, identity management, and trust. As such, the blockchain has the potential to revolutionize online education in a number of ways. Blockchain technology offers opportunities to thoughtfully rethink how we find educational content and training service online, how we register and pay for them, as well as how we get certified for what we have learned and how this certified affected our career. This paper explored the different aspects of online education that are affected by the new example. In particular, we investigate the difficult scenarios where the use of blockchain technology can make online education more open and decentralized while placing learning in control on their learning process and its associated data. Additionally, we discuss various approaches to the semantic blockchain and approach on those online education. Mr. Ashifur Rahman.
Thank you, Mr. Azmanul Islam. Hello everyone, my name is Alexander Rahman, my ID 0821. Today I am going to talk about introduction. Education today is still controlled mostly by educational institutions which offer quality, credibility, governance and administrative functions. This model is not flexibility enough and those difficulties and recognizing. The achievement of a lifelong learning is informal and non-formal types of education. As a result, a lifelong learner's transition from formal to informal education and vice versa can be integrated as the achievement. Accordingly, in one types of education are not easily transferable to another. Generally, lifelong learners have limited content and ownership over their learning process and the data associated with their learning. This indicates the need for a decentralized model across all types of education, offering learners with framework for fully controlling how they are learning, how they acquire qualifications and how they share their qualification and others learning data with third parties such as educational institutions or employees. The emergence of the blockchain promise to disrupt online education by offering the technological means of decentralized it. Blockchain technology offers a decentralized peer-to-peer infrastructure where privacy, such are achieved consensual ownership, transparency, identity management, and trust are built in. Both are the software and infrastructural level. Although blockchain technology is introduction in immutability and trust, we should also take advantage of the vast world of existing data and standards for decentralized data publication and consumption on the web, in particular on the core design principle of the semantic web in the assumption that data can be publication and where online and live and anyone and that should.
Centralized model of education transition show figure 1. Learners create single authored or shared artifacts with their peers. At the same time, learners are enrolled on a number of courses and are making use of additional learning resources. Tutors and other teacher staff are providing informal and formal feedback as a learner complete a summative and formative assessment. Central administration bodies are issuing formal certificates according to institutional process. On top of the process, we layer a reputational ecosystem which allow learners to rate courses, online resource, and teacher in terms of its understanding and attributes related on their specific learning goals. Learner can also rate each other on a range of quali- qualities, including, for example, organization and communication skills. Our early work in applying this approach to academic reputation can be found at all data about learner work rating. Formal and informal feedback are stored within a framework within where everything is verifiable via the blockchain. Because the associates cost large data files are usually not stored in the blockchain. Typically, large files are stored off-chain and reference using a cryptographic hash. In the model in figure 1, we propose the use of IPFS for storing learner documentation. The solution reduces storage cost, at the same time enable the validity of documentation to be checked. The following scenario demonstrates the potential impact of the decentralization approach on lifelong learning. Let us consider Jenny, who works as junior data analytics in London-based company. She is 30 years old and holds BSc in computer science. She is keen to advance her career in field of data science. However, her demanding work schedule and daily commute do not allow her to return the full-time education for acquiring future qualification. She is interested in informal and non-formal method of learning, but she also seeks to acquire some types of for her learning. Jenny created her personal learning passport as shown in figure 2. This is powered by blockchain technology and offer, among other things, a learning portfolio as well as opportunities for social learning and peer mentoring. A core feature of Jenny's learning passport in the provision of smart badges which allow to detailed recording for in the digital form for both formal and informal learning contexts with additional dynamic feature. For example, apart from just recording a learning achievement, a small badge can also offer a job of courses recommendation. Jenny's find micro courses that have been produced by independent tutors and gain access to their via micropayment, similar to purchasing an app on her smartphone. She studies these micro courses and offer her feedback via rating that count as reputation points on their authors of these learning materials. Other tutors can also reuse and repurpose these learning materials upon agreement with the original authors. Jenny decided to produce a free micro course on the R programming language based on what she she has learned in order to earn reputation point and enrich her portfolio. All these transactions are stored on the blockchain, enable easy transfer between units of organization if need, and automatic detection if on abuse of system. For example, peers or a small group employee favorite each other. The symmetric blockchain. The strength of the symmetric web in the Providence easy framework for combining data from multiple sources. Application of the semantic web is education, including the learning object, metadata for annotation or digital education material, open badges, the ESCO ontology for the annotation of skill, and the limited data harvesting of employment opportunities. Such as this enable new opportunities, particularly for lifelong learning. For example, an individual planning their future career moves could use linked data resource based on the skill requirement of job posting and their existing set of qualification to identity automatically learning materials and opportunities which would be relevant to add their learning portfolio in order to reach a desired goal. However, the issue of trust becomes relevant where data is being drawn from multiple independent sources. By combining technologies especially from the semantic web, the blockchain. The resulting semantic blockchain has the potential to promote highly interoperable, trustable data with significant application to education. The semantic web is collection to technologies and standards for the publication and consumption of machine interpretable data or at web scale and according to the decentralized web publication model. In particular, linked data most commonly use the RDF data model, intended to serve as a standard and self-describing web data encapsulated by the linked data principle. 1. Use URIs as name for things. 2. Use HTTP URIs so that people can look those names. 3. When someone looks up a URL, provide useful information using the standard RDF and Sparkle. 4. Including links to other URIs so that they can discover more things. To build a symmetric blockchain, then we can integrate personal symmetric data pods in Salt using the IPFS network for larger storage and with both components connected to a blockchain infrastructure. So provide integrated guarantees provenance is given by immutable timestamp records stored alongside the data, which can be cryptographical provenance to associate with the data identity in provided by self-sovereign identity system and integrated provenance by blockchain itself.
Everybody, take my salam. Assalamu alaikum. This is Dalim Chaudhary. My ID is 106. Anyway, thanks Azmarul for giving me opportunity to say something about this project. Now I start this project presentation. Collectivity. This support trust in the data by using linked data thought out. We ensure the maximum potential for learners and educators to connect their data with that from other source, and so to get the maximum use from their own data by particularly using solid data force. We ensure that data remain under user control. Figure 3 shows the main components of the semantic blockchain approach we are pioneering in outgoing work, known as link chains. The focus on personal, interoperable, trusted data opens up new possibilities for pedagogical technologies and approach. One of the most exciting is the potential for lifelong learning analytics. Instead of learning activity data being collected and analyzed slowly within a specific institutions, learning and data solids relating to the same learner being spread across multiple institutions across a lifetime of learning. By sorting this data with the user and trustable under the user control, it becomes possible to perform learning analytics over time and diverse educational context. Tools can be developed to support learners in understanding their own learning approach from their own data, as well as supporting wider learning analytics carried out across populations with users' consent. The use of the semantic blockchain makes this possible. Without the security and trust and the common data models enabled by linked data, it would be considerable more different to carry this out. Conclusion. The semantic blockchain offers a solution for being together all acquired learning experiences and accreditation in order to form a coherent pictures of an individual lifelong learning. In fact, lifelong learning is significant as learning experiences and according can be acquired from diverse, independent source and according to different learning approach, context and standard. This paper has presented the different application and impact of blockchain technology on online education and lifelong learning. We have presented a decentralized approach that enable learners to frame their learning journey more efficiently based on their desired career trajectory and offers them full control and ownership over their learning artifacts and process. We have also discussed various approaches to the semantic blockchain and their applications on online educations. Reference. These are the sources the data was collected from. Thank you everyone. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.